All right. I think we're live. Let me make sure we're good on Facebook. Facebook looks like we are. And then YouTube looks like we are good. All right. All right. We're good on both sides. Good on both sides. All right, folks. Welcome to this I don't know what to call it. I guess it's a webinar, but it's more of a testimonial video. That if you're tuning in, you want to make sure that you pay close attention to the words that you're about to hear. Okay. Check out the title. The title that you see, from homeless to making over 20 grand. You're going to hear about that from my good friend and business partner, Noah. Guys, once you get off this video, if you're not excited, if you're not motivated to make a change, something is completely wrong. Okay. I've been in this industry well over a decade. I know Noah's been in this industry for a while. We've seen a lot, guys. We've seen and been through a lot. Okay. And I want you to really just tune in to what we're about to tell you, or actually what Noah's going to tell you, and how he got to where he came from to where he's at today, and how he's actually motivating people now to take their financial situation to their own hands and do something about it, and create their own economy. It's absolutely amazing. I've seen his growth in a very short amount of time. So I'm not going to talk long. I'm going to hand it over to Noah. Noah, tell everybody who you are, where you're from.
Yes, sir.
And let everybody know, is this really true? You see these things on tabloids in the stores, from homeless to making it. But really, do you hear from the person who's actually doing this? So tell everybody about yourself and how this came about.
Right. So you do see this a lot, right? Like, just like the cliche come up, like from homeless to whatever. But yeah, man, it was real. I wasn't like your homeless type of dude that was sitting under the bridge, though. Like, luckily, I was living out of my car, so I was blessed in that area to have the car. But yeah, man, first things first, though, I just got to thank God. I got to thank God. Start off by thanking God, and I would not be here if it wasn't for God. All glory be to God. If you don't have God in your life, get a relationship with God first, right? Put Him first, and things will start to fall in place. Right. So first thing, just I thank God, right? I really want to press that home, because without that source, right? Without that protection, that mercy, and the grace from God, you really can't survive out here. So
that's right.
That was a major part. But yeah, so like Ontarian said, homeless, right? So let's rewind. Let's rewind about 7-8 years ago. I found myself living out of my car. On campus. I was still trying to finish school, and it came down to choices, right? So write that in the comments, y'all. Choices comes down to choices, right? So you may be younger, you may be older. If you're older, you definitely know what I'm talking about. It comes down to making good decisions with your money, health wise, mentally, spiritually, physically, right? It comes down to choices. And that's how I got to where I was, homeless, sitting in my car, nobody around me, was not talking to my mom, my dad at the time. All my friends, I basically deserted them, and we all stopped talking. Lost everything, right? Got evicted out of my apartment, lost the job that I had. And yeah, this was a dark time. So put a 7 in the comments if you can relate with this. Can you relate with going through your go-through, right? Going through that rock bottom place, that place where you feel like it's just all hope is gone. It can't turn around from here, right? And that's how I felt sitting in my car. And honestly, this was actually the second time I felt like this in my life, and was having suicidal thoughts, right? Wanted it to be over. I just felt like a failure. Felt like it couldn't turn around. All right. So yeah, 7 in the comments if you can relate with that feeling. Some of you can't, right? Some people can't. You were born into wealth, so you can't really relate with that. But yeah, feeling like a failure, losing it all, rock bottom. All right. So living out of my car, and found myself going from couch to couch. I was sneaking into abandoned buildings, sneaking into gymnasiums, sleeping under bleachers. Actually made a good friend, right, doing that. And luckily, this janitor didn't like turn me into the cops and say I was in the building. But yeah, shout out to that janitor that let me sleep in there few nights and under bleachers, sleeping in computer labs. Yeah, dark time.
In all the elements.
Yeah,
In all the elements.
dark time and a very lost direction. Really didn't know where to go, what I really wanted to do with my life. Yeah. So found myself sitting there, right? And I had came to a realization. So maybe you may find yourself going through this dark time or down in your go through. Maybe you might going through it right now. Um, there's a realization you got to come to, right? And it's 3 words, 3 magic words that I had to use. All right. And these words are hard to swallow when you're going through your go through. It's not what you want to hear, right? You want to be baby, you want to be coddled, you want somebody to feed something to you in your go through. But this is what the realization I had to come to, right? So these 3 magic words I had to tell myself: it's all your fault. It's all your fault. All right. So I know this is a hard thing to swallow if you're going through your go through, but it's what I had to come to. Look myself in the mirror, let myself know it's all your fault, right? So yeah, what this does is it gives you the power, right? It takes the power back. Because before that, I was blaming everybody else, blaming I didn't get the right information growing up, blaming I was in the wrong environment, blaming that the government or whatever, right?
That's easy to do. Very easy to do.
Blaming everything. And maybe you're like that right now. You're just blaming everything, everybody else, except for yourself, except for looking that person in the mirror and saying, it's all my fault. All right. So that's the point I was coming to, sitting in that Chevy Impala, looking at myself in the rearview mirror, and I was just like, it's all your fault. You're here because of the thoughts and the actions that you decided to take. Nobody else. Nobody held a gun to my head and said, spend your money here, spend your money like that, make these decisions that will lead you homeless. Nobody forced me. All right. Nobody's forcing you. So the reason why you have what you have right now, the sum of what you got, what you're experiencing right now, is because of the thoughts and the actions that led you to this point. All right. So that's the realization I had to come to sitting in the car. Hard pill to swallow, but it is what it is. All right. And at that moment, I knew, like, all right, so it's all my fault. I got the power back. Now what are we going to do? Right. Now what are we going to do? And what I had to do was search and seek for a better way, right? So that's what you got to do. You got to get on the search, find different information, find people like Ontarian who's going to speak life into you, going to give you opportunities for you to increase. Whoever you got to connect to, right? For me at that moment, it was my pastor. Shout out to Pastor Jimmy Beverly. It was my first millionaire mentor, the first piece of personal information I came across, which was Napoleon Hill. Right, came across that book, Think and Grow Rich. Started to practice those things. Also, getting a new word in me. All right, so I started reading the Bible more, and I started really meditating and focusing on my thoughts and what I was thinking about, just like Napoleon Hill was explaining in Think and Grow Rich. Right, so I came across that first piece of personal development. My second millionaire mentor I came across was Bob Proctor. All right, a lot of y'all are familiar with him. Came across Bob Proctor. He was talking about the law of vibration and attraction. All right, so as I'm living out of my car, going from job to job, right, I had all kind of jobs, every job you could think of, right, from Subway to delivering pizzas to making burgers at Burger King, gas stations, warehouse, you name it, right? I probably worked it and I probably know how to do it. So yeah, had all these different jobs, found myself just being a jack of all trades, master.
Uh-oh, your audio went out there, Noah. Can you hear me okay? Hold on one second. No, the your can't hear you. Can you hear me? Okay. Hold on one second. Testing, testing. So my microphone is up. Your check out your microphone, Noah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to come back in. It's going to come back in. All right. Hopefully, guys, so far you've been inspired by Noah's story. True story, guys. These stories, I like to get people on like this to really, really shake you up in a good way. Okay. This type of information, these stories leaves no excuses for you not to move forward in your business. I did a video, oh man, it was probably 3 or 4 months ago, maybe a little longer, where I interviewed a gentleman in jail. Okay, he was in jail. Guess what? He was making money in jail. Okay, no excuse, guys. No excuse. So let me check my phone. He's probably trying to get back on. Let's see here. 1 second. 1 second. He may need the link again. One thing that a couple things that I want to bring out that he was talking about. One, he was talking about choices. Choices, okay? Choices. We all have a choice every single day to do something in our lives, guys. We have a choice to either increase or decrease. It's a choice, right? He also made a very good point where he admitted to his mistakes. Okay, that is a hard thing to do, to look yourself in the mirror and say, "Hey, it is all your fault." I've been there, guys, and to be honest with you, I've been there recently, where I told myself, I looked at myself, examined myself, right, and I said, "Ontarian, it's all your fault. It is all your fault." And there's something very significant that happens when you start to admit that it's all your fault. Like you said, you gain control back now, right? Instead of pushing that weight off on others. Oh, I blame it on you. I blame it on this. I blame it on that, right? Easy to do, right? Easy to point the finger instead of at yourself. When you say it's my fault, guess what? You get the power back. Now you can start to move forward in confidence. Now you can move forward and make things happen. All right. Let's see here. All right, let me get him with the link one more time. All right, 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. Who we got here? We got Snake Eyes. What's going on, sir? Unique, welcome. Dolores, welcome. Hey, Natalie, welcome. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing well. So just waiting on Noah to come back on. I sent him the link once again, and he should be coming back on here in a little bit. Okay. From homeless, sleeping in his vehicles, guys. Some of you can probably relate. Snake Eyes, I see what you said, sir. Some of you guys can relate to that, right? Some of you, maybe you weren't homeless, but you are or was in a dark place. There we go. There he is. All right, there we go, man. We back, sir. I was just kind of reiterating just brushing up on what you said, the highlights
Yeah.
Everybody.
My fault, you guys. We got disconnected, but yeah. So
All good.
where we leave off? Uh, Napoleon Hill, right? So Napoleon Hill came across. That was my first piece of personal development information. All right, so that's a message to y'all. If you're seeking for new information, that's somebody first you should be looking up. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Right. So I came across that video. I started doing things that he was talking about at my video. I mean, at my jobs, right? At my odd jobs, and these things were working. Right. Example. One of the things Napoleon talks about is making a habit of going the extra mile, right? In everything that you do, give more than expected. And I started to do that at my jobs, and I was seeing like this stuff works, right? That he's talking about. So, yeah, I knew I didn't want to stay at a 9 to 5. I didn't want to keep having to live out of my car, go through that whole routine and struggle like that. So I knew I needed something else, right? So I continued to search. I came across my second millionaire mentor, Bob Proctor. Okay, so some of y'all may be familiar to him. I know if you're on the path of personal development, that's somebody you definitely have listened to. Okay, so I came across Bob Proctor. He was talking about the law of vibration, law of attraction, and I started to use these things that he was talking about. I started to be more aware of what I'm thinking about, what I'm picturing, what feeling I'm in at the moment, right? Be more aware of what I'm allowing in my gateways through my ears, the music I'm listening to, the shows and videos that I'm watching, right? So I started to only watch videos that had to do with what I was trying to do, right? That's congruent with where I was trying to be. Stop watching crazy Netflix shows and listening to crazy music all the time, right? Am I saying you have to cut that out cold turkey? No, but in my case, I had to, right? Because my situation just was so dire and so crucial that I had to really take control of that and really what's the word? I had to take advantage of being able to do that, right? Being able to control what I'm watching, what I'm hearing. So I would only watch videos that had to do with personal development. People like Jim Rohn, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Bob Proctor, Napoleon Hill, all right, Zig Ziglar, Wayne Dyer, people like this that were talking about how to become better, right? So this is what you got to do. You got to stop hanging around those people that are talking about the same things, hanging out at the same local bars,
Right.
talking about people, right? In that same energy, you got to start surrounding yourself around some new group of people. So this was my new friends, right? These group of people that were talking about personal development. And I started to immerse myself in this. Okay. I would spend hours upon hours listening to binaural beats, watching law of vibration videos, right? Random videos. And this started to attract a different vibe to me. This started to take my frequency higher, right? And I started to get different results. So, long story short, met my girlfriend. We moved into a place together, and two beautiful dogs. And we don't have any kids yet. I'm now 32, not married, right? And things are starting to go upwards, right? And this leads me into my third personal piece of personal development, right? By the name of Wallace D. Wattles, right? So this book, when I came across this book, this was when things started to take a turn.
Hey, hold on 1 second, Noah. What's crazy, talking about the law of attraction. I did a video talking about this very thing the other day. These same books you're naming, this is what Wallace D. Wattles, Science of Getting Rich, Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. All these books I named. Yes, I did a video just the other day naming the same books that you talking about. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I just want to let you know to continue on. I mean, it was meant to be, man, for us to get on the night. Meant to be, meant to be. Still there with me, Noah? Did he cut out again? Can you hear me okay, No? All right, guys. So a little bit technical difficulties once again. Now, this is an indication. Listen to me closely, guys. This is an indication that somebody needs to hear this message tonight. Somebody's going to get it. This is an indication that somebody needs to hear this message tonight.
Yeah. That's why I'm gonna keep coming back. It don't matter how many times I get disconnected. I'm gonna keep coming back.
Hey, somebody, powers it be, don't want this message to get out.
Yeah. Hey, y'all gonna get it. Y'all gonna learn today. Let's go. All right. So yeah. Very key point, right? Coming across this new information. All right. So I was studying the law of vibration, really being more aware of my frequency, how I was feeling, and just putting myself in the feeling that I want to be, right? When I'm successful. This is what Bob Proctor was telling me to do. I was following everything that Bobby P was telling me to do. I was practicing, right, daily. So yeah, leads me into my third piece of personal development, Wallace D. Wattles, all right, the science of getting rich. This is when I started to really notice a change, right? I think this was the tipping point of my breakthrough. So pay close attention, all right? In Wallace D. Wattles, in this book, okay, The Science of Getting Rich, he talks about getting connected with this one source, all right? And there's a way that you get connected with the one source that gives you everything you desire, and it's through gratitude, all right? So write that in the comments. Gratitude. And Wallace D. Wattles talks about how you have to be profoundly grateful, all right, for everything that you have right now and everything you know that you will have, all right? So having faith that it has already happened, right? So this does something to you subconsciously when you start to really think something has already taken place. Subconscious mind has no idea what is real and what is fake, right? So if you can get yourself to persuade your mind, all right, to thinking that something has already happened, it will come to pass. Things will start to attract to you. All you have to do is make the move and it will be yours. All right. So doing things in this certain way is what Wallace D. Wattles starts to talk about. I'm telling y'all, take time to listen to this book. It's going to give you specific directions on how to increase. All right. I can't even really fathom what has happened to me in these last 57 days. It hasn't really hit me, and it's really hard for me to explain. All right. But this book will explain it a little better.
Real quick.
So Wallace D. Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich, and he talks about getting grateful, putting yourself in this one source, right? In harmony with this one source. And this one source, which is God, or whatever you believe in, is going to give you whatever you desire. All right? If you impress your thoughts upon the source. So, yeah, this was a tipping point. When I started to do this, right, I started to already think it was done. I started to already act as if I was already Mr. Laptop Lifestyle, like I was calling myself. I started to talk as if I was this person, make videos like I was this person, and walk and talk and everything, right? Like I was already making money online, even though it hadn't happened yet.
That right there, that part right there is the secret, sir.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just gave you the secret to success right there. That right there is powerful, my friend.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I started to put myself in this being, right? So I started being ashamed of my past, stopped worrying about the future, and started just focusing on being that person right now, right? So yeah, I hope you can get that message out of that, and that's what I started to do, right? So I started to get grateful. I started to really wake up in the morning, first thing in the morning. I said, thank you, Jesus, for another day. I'm still breathing. I have clothes on my back, shoes on my feet. And then I go into thanking him for things I knew I would have, like saying, thank you for allowing me to make $1,000 in a day online. Thank you for perfect health. Thank you for joy, peace, happiness, traveling the world, making money while I'm sitting on the beach. I started to say these things, right? And act as if it was already happening. And that's when I started to notice increase. I came across Coach TVD, right? When I got on this high money frequency, she had the opportunity, and I knew that's what it was that I wanted to use to increase. All right. So I got into her program. I spent the $297, And then 57 days later, I'm sitting here at 21K in 57 days. Right?
Wait a minute. You spent, you spent 20,
right? But it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen overnight, and I don't want to portray that because y'all just heard my story, right? That was a span of 7 to 8 years.
That's a $10,000 story right there. I would pay $10,000 for what I just heard. Why?
Yeah,
because
a lot happened. I wrote a lot. I wrote a lot down. I lost it in my car though. Just about everything I was going through, and I had a whole book, a whole series I wanted to even make. And yeah, but it can all be rewritten, and I mean, somebody's going to hear this and it's going to touch somebody. So that's really all that matters. And somebody may be going through their go-through right now, and they're going to get this information. They're going to get directed to the people that I mentioned, and they're going to be able to run with it. This just happened to be the opportunity, right? And Ontarian was on this frequency as well. I met him along the way, and he's somebody that I look up to in this industry. And y'all, once I plugged into the system, I started following the directions just like Ontarian did, and plugged into the system, kept my head down, grinded, stayed consistent, and then boom, 21K in 57 days.
Man, I'll tell you what, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. $297, ladies and gentlemen, into $20,000+, guys, in less than 60 days. I want you to understand. Remember when we came on here, I told you, listen to every word we're saying. This is a $10,000 video. If we were to package this up and put it in a product, it will cost you literally. We just gave you the secrets to success. I've done everything that he said that he's doing years ago. I've read Wallace, The Science of Getting Rich, Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Guys, if you don't understand, when you understand your subconscious mind, that it doesn't take no for an answer. When you convince your subconscious mind, it is a source that you cannot turn off once you get serious about what you believe in.
Yeah. It takes repetition, though.
Repetition.
You gotta train your mind, because you gotta think. Up to now, you've been programming yourself on negative frequency.
Yep.
So it's gonna take you doing it over and over, right? Just like you're programming something. And that's what I did, right? If you paid attention to the story, that's what I did. I watched things over and over and over and over again until my subconscious mind believed that I was this person, right?
Wow.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's gonna be 80-20 though. 80% mindset, 20% how to.
That's it.
Me going through the steps and talking to the people, right? That was just a small portion. Honestly, it was the mindset. And it just happened that I was at this mindset at this time of being in this opportunity, and then this unfolded, right? So y'all have opportunity. Get with Ontarian. I'm telling y'all,
man,
get the link. Take advantage, right, of this digital marketing opportunity. If you're somebody that has no idea what's going on, you don't have to. There's complete newbies, all right, stepping into this digital marketing space.
And they're making money.
To sum it up, we're just digital marketers selling a digital product and service, and we're receiving 100% commission every time we sell the system. That's all right? So don't let nobody complicate this for you. That's all we're doing. If you're not good at selling, you can use the traffic and automate this so you don't have to talk to anybody. That's fine. You don't have to jump on video like me and Ontarian. You can just use the traffic, right? And that's how newbies are experiencing success, because they're just able to plug into the system, get the traffic, boom. Once they get the traffic flowing, the commissions start coming. But if you want to go to another level, like me and Ontarian, it's going to take you doing the steps that we give you, right? So that you can build your business.
And we have training. We have a group, all right? We have training every single week. We have, we're in tune with our people, right? You know, we're going to help you in this process, because like Noah said, when you rub elbows with folks like he and I, it becomes electric. It rubs off on you. When you start to get away from the people that you're used to, who's always talking about, oh, this stuff is not going to work, or always talking negative, because that gets into your subconscious, and you start to believe it. You consciously you may say, oh, I don't believe what they're saying, but if you continue to stay around them, your subconscious knows only the truth. What it hears,
Yeah.
So if you tell yourself, I'm going to make $100,000 this year, guess what? Your subconscious takes note and your feet start to move in that direction if you're consistent with that thought process. It's powerful, guys. It is absolutely powerful.
It really is. It's real, y'all.
You know?
You got to
So
understand it.
you got to lock arms with us, guys. Lock arms with us. You heard his story. Homeless, sleeping in his vehicle, sleeping on the bleachers, so making over $20,000 and more. He's not done yet. Just getting started, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
And when you make that money, you start to realize it's not really that much, and you understand that there's more people to be served,
right?
And it's a lot bigger than me just making 21K. All right,
That's
y'all.
right.
So don't focus on that. Don't compare your lack of results or whatever you're experiencing right now to my results. All right, and steal your joy. It's all a process. Understand there was levels I had to go through to get to this place, but it's possible. All right, it's possible.
Right.
And I'm going to show you. Right, we're going to coach you. Me and Ontarian, like I said, get in our VIP chat. We're going to have 6 p.m. Eastern time trainings every Monday, and then the 7 p.m. Prospect calls that you can invite your prospects to as well, so that they can get an overview of the opportunity. Right. So yeah. Ontarian,
hey,
thank you for having me, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. Hey,
man, thank you for allowing me to share this value. Because if you're like me, you know that sharing value, that reciprocates, right? So the more value you give, the more value you receive. So thank you for this opportunity to share some value.
Absolutely, man. Value is everything, ladies and gentlemen. Value is everything, and you know this is, you know, we're not salesmen. You know, we are. I would classify ourselves as information marketers, but we're also motivators. Okay, we're going to pour into you. We're going to shake you up a little bit because that's what's needed. We're going to tell you the truth. And correct me if I'm wrong. No, you got to lose before you win, right? You always got to lose before you win.
Yeah. That's mandatory. So if you can't lose, then you don't want to win. You ain't built to win.
That's in every business. You got to. Hey, I've lost so many times in this journey. It's not even,
I'm still taking lessons.
I'm still taking losses too.
Yeah.
But you know what? A loss is a lesson learned. That's how I look at it. It is a lesson learned to where you got more room to grow. That's it. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's easy to get a loss, to lose, and quit. It's easy. That, you know, we're going to teach you not to lay down, not to give up. Do not give up on yourself. That's what it's all about. Okay. So guys, thanks for coming on. Noah, appreciate you, sir. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
$10,000 value.
Let's do it again. Let's make it a daily thing.
Hey man, we can make this happen, brother. We can make this happen. All right. Well, guys, hey, if you're looking at this, get back to the person that invited you. If Noah invited you, get back with him. If I invited you, get back with me. Let's make this happen. $297, guys, to start a real business that can grow exponentially beyond your wildest dreams. Beyond your wildest dreams.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So thanks for tuning in. Have a good night, y'all. Change your mindset. Change your location. Change the people you're hanging out with. And guess what? Your life is going to change. Peace out, everybody.
Sir, let's go.